This is Good Morning San Diego.
Good morning, everybody. So nice to see you. Yes, it is Friday. We have made it to the end of the week. Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Alvarez. Lauren is still on vacation. She'll be back on Monday.
It's not just any Friday. It's PPR Friday.
That's exactly right. I hope you are ready for this. It's going to be an exciting morning.
Yeah, I'm Jason Allestelle, and for Paul Rudy, it is Friday, August 23rd. Oh, and guess who's back?
I know.
Paul's back.
Yeah, Paul Paellas. Have you heard of him? If you haven't, you must be living under a rock, but he makes the most outrageous, outstanding paellas you have ever seen. I mean, his
works
food,
of art.
yes, looks like art. So
yeah.
We are going to indulge and talk to
Paul.
If
you're it's great because if you're having a party or a wedding or something like that and you have people you need to feed, this guy can feed people for, I think it's under $10 a head.
Yeah.
It's really a great deal,
reasonable.
but it's amazing paella.
Well, a local chef who is known for his cultural fusion cuisine is here in studio. He's actually out on our patio. We're talking about Paul.
That's Paul. There he is.
Paul's Paella's here.
You like paella? You have never had paella like Paul's paella. It's not only amazing when you eat it, but it's a work of art. Wait till you hear how he puts this all together. Nobody does it better. You're going to meet Paul and his famous dish. Look what he cooks it on.
I know.
Oh, my gracious.
All right, Ginger, thank you so much. Back here outside on our patio, Paul Paellas is here. Good morning, Paul. How are you? And we also have sous chef Ray. I always say shoe for some reason. Good morning to you. Paul, welcome back.
Thank you.
If you have not heard of Paul's Paella, you have been missing out. You make some of the most not only delicious but beautiful creations when it comes to paella. And you are setting up here on a patio because you're going to get cooking.
Yes, I am. Looking forward to it very much.
How are you doing? How's things? How are things?
Fantastic. Matter of fact, since that last time I was here, I've been getting a lot more phone calls than I usually get, and I'm just loving it. So you're helping me feed my habit, and I appreciate it.
Well, you help feed I don't know how many people. I mean, look at this thing. First of all, check out the setup here. Paul, tell me, what is this called?
This is a paella pan, and that's where paella, the word comes from. The actual pan itself comes from patella, meaning pan, the word Latin. That was a 31-inch we cooked here last time, good for 20 to 40 people. This is a 36-inch, good for 40 to 70. So I really hope your folks plan on not only eating a lot, but bringing home some leftovers.
Wow.
Okay? It's going to make a lot of food.
Okay, very good. And this is what you do. I mean, this is...
Yes, it is.
This, once again, is your business. You cater. You do all sorts of different types of events.
Yes. And it's, you know, I was in the military for 3 decades, and I was always the guy they went to for cooking. I did a lot of paellas then. When I got out and decided to retire, and of course, you can't really retire, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to do something. This was a natural thing for me to start doing. I've been doing it officially as a business for like 2 years, but really a lot longer than that.
Yeah, you've been cooking paella for a lot longer. I think that's what makes you stand out is your background. You mentioned your military, and so is your pal back here.
Yeah,
That's how you both know each other, right?
Ray and I know each other from back, we were instructors, the Air Force Special Operations School back in the late 80s, And we clicked off right from he ended up being the best man at my wedding. He was the barbecue chef at my wedding.
I'm from Texas.
And he's from Texas. Good morning. How special is that? Wow, to think both of you gentlemen were in special operations. Fast forward, by the way, thank you for your service.
Thank you very
Fast
much.
forward today, this is what your passion is. This is what you do.
Yes, well, I'm Paul's assistant.
Yeah.
And although I outranked him in the Air Force, he outranks me now.
Very good. I like that story. And what are some of these things here? I mean, if you take a look, take a close look at some of, I mean, this is what you're going to use to cook and prepare?
One of the things that makes me different, too, is I incorporate a lot of the things I learned in my 30 years of traveling around the world as an intel officer, and I picked up a lot of equipment. These are 200-year-old tin-plated Ottoman copperware. And some of this is making what used to make dishes very similar to paella, and that's kind of the origin. I believe the Eastern Mediterranean and Middle East influence is what actually inspired the Spanish paella, or say Valencian paella. But yeah, these are Ottoman sultans used to have stuff like this, how they ate their meals. This is for grinding up my saffron. We have this thing for grinding up more spices. That used to be a coffee grinder. I use it now for grinding spices.
Oh my! Look, they're like antiques, but you still use them today.
They work. They made things back in the day to last.
Another reason why Paul's Paella is so special. special.
It is different.
My
So,
goodness. So what is happening this morning? What kind of a paella
Well,
will you be cooking
I
up?
think last time we cooked you a meat lovers, a lot of pork and chicken. This one I'm calling Le Crabe du Roi, which means the king's crab. It's seafood, but it's going to look royal, very royal.
My goodness. I have, without a doubt, it's going to look so beautiful. We're not going to want to eat it, but we will because we know how delicious it is.
Yeah.
Paul, one last thing. We're going to be checking in with you, by the way, throughout the entire morning to see the creation. But why paella? Why did you take on such a love and passion for paella?
Yeah, you know, the first time I saw it when I was running the bulls in Pamplona, I just fell in love with it. And I think it's because it's very much in tune with my culture. My family is with Maltese. And I have wasting nothing. And this pan wastes nothing. It's extremely efficient. The food tastes great. And it just looks spectacular. It had, in the classic Greek sense, it had form and function. And I just loved it. It really appealed to my Maltese sense of an economy.
Yeah.
So, and I started making it back in '94 and just never stopped.
Wow, this is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For coming here. Again, we are going to be checking in with Paul and Chef Ray throughout the morning and see the creation happen. And we'll also have information on how you can reach out to Paul as well. Perhaps you have an event that you need catered. This might be the way to go. All right. Are you gentlemen ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Here we go.
Alrighty.
And we will have much more on a beautiful Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week. We'll be right back with much more right here on Good Morning San Diego.
And speaking of food, let's look at the patio. Paul's out.
Oh, my goodness.
Paul from Paul's Paella. This guy is an artist. This food is amazing. Wait till he's going to be cooking it through the whole show, and then at the end of the show, it'll be the big reveal, and it literally looks like a work of art.
Yeah, Paul's Paella does catering all over San Diego, special events, and his stuff is not only good, it is beautiful.
It is. All right, we'll be keeping up with Paul throughout the morning. Keep it here. We're coming back with the 7 o'clock hour of Good Morning San Diego. We should check in on Paul.
Let's do that. Paul's Paellas is here.
Yes.
You know
there
Paul.
He is.
You should know Paul.
Last time he did a meat lovers. This time he's doing a seafood paella.
Oh gosh, this is going to be so good.
What I love about Paul, there's a lot of things I love about Paul, especially the finished product, but he's so into his ingredients. All that rice is imported. He brings it in from Spain. He only uses the best ingredients, whether it's spices or meat or fish or seafood or anything.
His creations are awesome.
I know, you got to follow him on Twitter. I am proud to say I was his 3rd Twitter follower.
You were.
Follow him, yeah. And I think it's just Paul's Paellas on Paul's Paella on Twitter.
I especially love his story, though. You know, Paul is an Air Force veteran. He was in special operations, and so was his buddy, the sous chef Ray, who is there assisting him this morning. And they were both buddies back when they served our country, traveled around the world. Paul picked up this fascination with paella.
He's adding
and
spices.
He makes a paella like no one else can.
No.
And this is not an exaggeration. You will see for yourself if you stick with us.
You won't believe his
morning.
presentation. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, I got to tell you this. As people are walking out onto the patio, walking out the front door, everybody is going, whoa.
I know.
Have you been out there? No, you have to go out and just smell what's going on out there. It's absolutely
look at
amazing.
how far he's gotten. Paul from Paul Paellas is making a 36-inch special paella that can serve up to 65 people.
Yep.
He is creating a masterpiece, my friend.
You got an event coming up and you need to serve food, you should consider Paul. Seriously.
And
it's affordable.
Pretty affordable.
It is very affordable. I think it's like $10 a head
you
you can feed.
Oh,
you
my
can do
goodness.
a party.
Now, last time Paul came in studio to visit with us here on Good Morning San Diego, it was about a month or so ago, and he whipped up kind of a meat lovers type of paella.
And now he's doing
This
seafood.
one is seafood. There's crab in there, and
as a matter of fact, Carl DeMaio, after your interview, he walked right outside right behind me, followed me out the door, and he was like, he just stopped in his tracks and goes, "What are we smelling?" I said, "Walk over there."
oh
so
my
he
gosh,
did.
I bet you wanted to stay to have a bite. It's not ready yet.
Not yet.
Stick with us.
But it will
though.
be. Keep it here. We're coming back with the 8 o'clock hour of Good Morning San Diego. Time to check in again.
Yes, with
Have
Paul.
you been out on the patio?
I am about to go out there in a little while, but look at this creation. Look how beautiful. This is a paella, folks. Yes, this is food. It's going to feed about 65 people at least. And Paul, well, he makes a paella like no one else can.
Seriously.
Look at all the colors.
Paul's Paella. Hit him up on Twitter.
He's been cooking since 6 o'clock this morning, just after 6 a.m.
Yep.
And it is almost ready.
Got at least another hour or so, I think. At least. If memory serves him, last time he was here. It took a while, but it was worth the wait. Wow.
Food art for you.
We're also interested in what Paul is whipping up for us on the patio, Paul's Paellas. He was here, what, about a month or so ago on the weekend, and we brought him back, and he's making a seafood paella. If you don't, you just got to stick around, trust me. You want to know who this guy is.
Absolutely. Is everybody hungry? I hope you're hungry. And if you're at home and you're starting to get hungry, you're going to get even more hungry, because we're checking in with Paul from Paul's Paellas, who is out on our patio. It's coming. We're going to show you the progress, the art, if you will. This is a food art.
Yes.
Look how beautiful and colorful this is. Yes, it's a paella.
It's a paella, and it's going to be amazing, too. The last one he did when he was here, it was so pretty, I didn't even want to
eat it.
No,
you didn't want to mess it up.
It just looks so good.
It's all technique. He's got a vision. He's so creative with what he makes. And we're going to chat with Paul once again out on our patio in just a little bit. Stay tuned. Now the good news of the day is Paul Paellas. The paella looks finished, Jason. Look at
somebody's
this.
looking at us. Look at that. He's cooking up a 36-inch paella. It's unbelievable. It feeds more than 60 people. We're going to get some cooking tips and more when Good Morning San Diego returns.
And this is a beautiful sight out here on our patio. We are visiting once again with Paul from Paul's Paella and sous chef Ray, his partner. Good morning.
Good morning.
You've outdone yourself, Paul.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy with this one.
Yes, we are too. Tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, the garnishes on top of this, you know, I mean, I like to decorate these things as though they're a food canvas. That's red cabbage, yellow pepper, red pepper, lemon slices with cherry tomatoes, so some more red cabbage, scallop shells with shrimp, scallops, langostinos, and calamari tentacles. And inside we have our prosciutto and our chicken and a whole lot more seafood, mango, various seasonings, saffron. I almost forget what I put in there, to be honest with you. We load her up.
Yes,
Okay?
But it's your ingredients. I mean, your rice, for example, you import that from Spain, right?
Yes, I will only use Bomba rice, imported from Valencia, Spain. A little more expensive, but man, it makes all the difference in the world. It absorbs 30% more liquid. So if you're like me, you like cooking with sweet things, or you like cooking low and slow, which is the right way of cooking paella, it's very forgiving and less likely to damage rice or overcooked rice. Get it on Amazon. It ain't cheap, but it is worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. So, especially when you're making something like this. So,
Chef Ray, what do you think? I mean, what I love about this is the story of you two, because you guys have been friends for so long. You guys are you served
Air
in
Force,
the Air Force.
together,
Thank
right?
you
is
so
it
much
true
for
you
your
outranked
service.
him?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Not
yes.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Wow.
But this is art.
Yes, it is.
It's I call it fusion paella because it's very innovative.
We call it San Diego rice, right, Paul?
Darn right. We came up with this here. We came up with this here. So
this is great.
It deserves that title.
Yeah.
Now, you do mainly catering.
Yes.
Right? And you said something last time you were here that's kind of stuck in my head. You said you can feed a group of people for how much?
Oh, man. If I use my 52-inch pan, I can do 200 people for about $10 a person. And that's not a small portion. It's an adult that's hungry, who is going to be full, and I guarantee you they're going to go home with leftovers.
Yeah.
200 people, $2,000 or $10 a person.
That's a good deal.
That's hard to beat.
Now, when you're
It's the pan.
putting this together at events that you catered, are you visible to all, or do you usually are you behind the scenes?
Yes, well, if I
Or
got
does
my
it depend?
event tent, sometimes
Okay.
I'll have a black screen up to block wind, for
Okay.
example. On a beach, you got to be careful with the sand. So sometimes, yeah, I like being kind of open to people. Technically, you can't have them cut too close. You get someone who's sick, whatever, you might contaminate your paella. But I
Gotcha.
like being exposed to the people.
Well, I think it's a treat
So-
for all of us to see
Do we
the
have plates?
creation happen.
Yes, you do, right over there.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You
yes.
wanna jump in? We'll get you in there
definitely
going,
want to
so-
jump
Yeah, we
in.
got
I
30
like the
seconds
fact that
left.
you have a
30
little book
seconds.
here.
Ray, you know where my spoon's at? Oh, that's,
Yes.
Hanging on the side
right there. Good. I don't want to use a 200-year-old one. So, all right.
Here
What
we
I'm going to
go.
do, you ready? We're going to kill this thing.
Oh,
It's got a
it's
little
so
scallop
pretty.
there. Well, it's okay.
Look at
Grant
that.
with the first scoop. That goes away with the first bite. Okay?
Oh wow, Chef
That's a
Paul.
small portion.